Hello, welcome back to That's English.
Yes, hello. I'm looking for some information about the history of the internet. This search engine isn't very good.
Oh, try this one. It's very user-friendly.
Ah, you're right. This is just what I'm looking for.
Well, today's programme is about the internet.
In the video, Bill and Laura need to find new ways to promote the cafe. So they're going to find out how the internet might help them.
While you watch, find the answer to this question.
What would Jade's website provide for the community?
Maison Blanc Cafe up the road is doing good business. I wish we were that busy.
They're a global chain with a huge marketing budget.
I don't know how we can compete with that.
It's been very quiet lately. How can we get more customers?
I've no idea. Not so many people come to the high street these days. A lot of people shop online. Internet is very bad for our business.
Perhaps the internet could be good for your business.
What exactly do you mean, Jade?
Well, you could use the internet to advertise the cafe to local people. That might attract more customers.
But I haven't a clue about advertising on the internet.
What about you, Bill?
I don't have time to market the cafe on the internet.
What?
I mean, I don't know how to.
Well, I'm thinking about starting a website with information for local people.
Great.
Yes, it would provide information about local events and news.
It sounds like a good idea.
What would you think about advertising the cafe on the website?
Well, it depends.
Here, have a look at some design ideas.
Let me get this clear. You're going to make a website for this whole area?
Yes, it's for the residents of Maida Vale, as well as for tourists and visitors.
It does look interesting, but will it be expensive to advertise on your website?
No, it won't cost you very much.
I've bought the domain name. There is the URL.
This page looks great. But the website needs to look good on tablets and smartphones as well.
That's not a problem.
We can think about apps later. You know, the design is really nice, very user-friendly.
Yes. It's easy to navigate.
Don't forget, Simon, it needs to link into all the social networks, such as Facebook and Twitter.
What tags do you want to put on the homepage?
That's a good question. It depends on the information we're going to include.
Well, let's think of words that people might put into a search engine for local information.
Maida Vale Cinema? Restaurants? Cafes? Buses?
It could be a good idea to advertise the cafe on the website.
Yes, it might attract more customers.
Well, did you get the answer to our question? What would Jade's website provide for the community?
Well, I'm thinking about starting a website with information for local people.
Great.
Yes, it would provide information about local events and news.
It would provide information about local events and news.
In the video, we heard Bill and Laura expressing ignorance in different ways.
I don't know how we can compete with that. I've no idea.
But I haven't a clue about advertising on the internet.
We use I don't know, I haven't a clue, I've no idea, and I don't know how to express ignorance.
I have to prepare a PowerPoint presentation, but I haven't a clue how to use PowerPoint.
Well, I don't know how to use Excel, but I do know a good website where you can learn online.
Bill and Laura also have some doubts about the website, so they ask Jade for clarification.
What exactly do you mean, Jade?
let me get this clear. You're going to make a website for this whole area.
We use what exactly do you mean? And let me get this clear to ask for clarification.
Ashley, why don't we start a blog?
What exactly do you mean?
Well, we could write about interesting topics in English.
Let me get this clear. Do you want to start an English teaching blog?
Well, it might be fun.
In the video, we also heard people using different ways to hesitate in a conversation. It happens when you don't know what to say next.
I mean, I don't know how to. Well, it depends.
That's a good question.
We use, when we hesitate in a conversation. This gives us time to think about what to say next.
Annabelle, do you think the internet is bad for business on the high street?
A lot of people look on the internet for local information, so that can help local businesses.
Now, in part 2 of the video, we find out how Jade gets more visitors to the website.
And if the website helps to attract more customers to the cafe.
So, see if you can find the answer to our question. What did Laura's friend think of Jade's website?
I was in Roy's bookshop in the High Street yesterday. His accountant has told him to close the business.
What a shame.
I know. I told him not to close it. But he says his customers can get their books cheaper online.
It's true. The internet's really not good for business on the high street.
Hi, Jade. What can I get you?
Hi, Bill. Is this cake homemade?
Oh, yes. Laura made it herself.
Then I'll have a coffee and a piece of cake, please.
How's the website going? Any good news for us?
We've got 10 subscribers. I asked Simon to give me an update on the website every day. It takes time, you know, Bill.
How can we get more people to visit the site?
Well, I've also asked Simon to upload more photos.
I was browsing the site the other day with a friend and she thought the design was good, but the content wasn't very interesting.
Oh, really?
My hometown has an information website which I found really interesting.
Go on, what did you like about the site?
Well, I was particularly interested in reading stories or comments about local events.
Yes, I must say, reading these kind of stories always interests me. It's a really good way to attract people to the site. We asked our subscribers to write local stories, but so far no one has sent us anything. This cake is amazing.
It's Laura's special recipe.
How does she make it?
Who knows? Everyone has asked Laura to give them the recipe. She's very secretive about her recipes.
Really? Is that so? Laura, I've got an idea. Why don't you put some of your delicious recipes on the website?
Well, OK. I'll give you the recipes if you think it'll help.
What about writing a blog about life in the cafe as well? You could write a short section about the cafe every day for Simon to upload to the website.
OK. I'll give it a try.
I think the website is working.
Yes, people are really interested in Laura's blog. But Laura, you haven't sent me the recipe for the banana chocolate cake yet.
See, Laura? I told you to give the recipe to Jade.
Sorry, but even in the age of internet, there are still some things that have to remain a secret.
Well, in the end, advertising the cafe on the internet was a good idea.
Yes, the cafe was really busy.
So what did Laura's friend think of Jade's website? Let's watch it again.
I was browsing the site the other day with a friend and she thought the design was good, but the content wasn't very interesting.
She thought the design was good, but the content wasn't very interesting.
In the video, we heard people reporting commands and requests. Watch.
We've got 10 subscribers. I asked Simon to give me an update on the website every day.
Who knows? Everyone has asked Laura to give them the recipe. I know. I told him not to close it.
To report commands and requests, we use verbs like ask or tell, followed by the object and the infinitive with to or not to.
For example, my father asked me to help him with his laptop.
And my doctor told me not to use my tablet so much.
In the video, we also heard people expressing interest. Watch.
Well, I was particularly interested in reading stories or comments about local events.
Yes, I must say, reading these kind of stories always interests me.
To express interest, we can use interested in with a noun, or the ing form, or interests me after a noun.
Nowadays, most people are very interested in new technologies.
This new English teaching app interests me, Annabelle.
Well, Jade is interested in Laura's cake recipe. Watch.
Everyone has asked Laura to give them the recipe.
Really? Is that so?
We can use really or is that so to express interest.
You know, I was reading that internet addiction is increasing.
Is that so? Well, the internet obviously has its good and bad points. So we asked people on the street, what are the advantages and disadvantages of the internet?
Information sharing in both aspects. So it's very easy to share information, but it's also very easy for information to be shared when it possibly shouldn't be. Piracy and that type of thing.
I think there's a lot of advantages, which is very difficult to explain to my very elderly mother because she just doesn't like it. But I think the fact that you can quickly look up, for example, you just want to know something like who was Eleanor of Aquitaine, you can just look it up, or the capital of somewhere.
So there are definitely big advantages. I think it gives people access to, for example, educational materials a lot more easily. But for me, the big disadvantage is that people lose some of their social skills because of the internet, and people become engrossed with their lives online and don't talk as much and don't communicate well in real life. But there are loads of advantages as well.
But disadvantages are like websites that people shouldn't be going on, like, you know, child pornography, things like that, adult websites.
Advantages, you can get absolutely what you want from where you want and get it sent straight to your door. Disadvantage, you don't get to leave the house and socialise with other people.
Well, people seem to think there are lots of advantages of using the internet.
Yes, like easy access to information and educational materials.
And you can get anything you want from anywhere you want.
Yes, the disadvantages are more about how the internet is used and people not communicating. Ashley?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's all for today. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.